links code, we could see that it's a variation of what we did with the stack implementation using linked list. So clearly we could see that we have a friend variable there as a pointer instead of top. And when we do an enqueue, we are adding stuff to the end of the list. Earlier, we were adding stuff to the front of the list or to the top of the list. But this time, because we need to add it towards the end of the list, we need to iterate through the list using our current pointer, like what we did when we implemented a singly linked list. We would need to do a similar thing, and then we would add that new element towards the end of the list. And when we are doing a dequeue, which is the remove from the queue, we simply look at line number 32, where we are setting temp equal to friend, and then we are removing that friend element and returning that friend element from that method. And peek would do exactly the same thing as the um, dequeue, but except that it would not remove that friend element. Instead, it will just return it. And the display method that we see here is going to print all the elements individually, starting from the front element all the way to the end of that particular queue. And then if we would see the implementation in blinks.java, we are using a built-in, similar to what we did with our stack. We have the Java framework implementation of a queue a data type, which is what we had declared in line number 4. And we could simply initialize that queue as a linked list in line number 6. And then we are doing our enqueue and dequeue by doing a queue.add or queue.remove. We'll simply remove stuff from the queue. We check to make sure if the size is not empty. If it is empty, we will say that it's empty and return 0. Otherwise, we are going to return the queue.remove. And peek here, again, we have a method in queue, the built-in queue.peek, and we have our size, right? All right, so these are the two different implementation, and as you could see, from our the compilation and execution of this code, if I would run the queue driver, so you could see exactly the same thing. Both are doing the same thing here. So first thing first is we would dequeue the element 20, right? And then you have the peaked 20, and later once we have peaked that, then we are going to print that, and then we are going to dequeue, and here we are dequeuing 10, as you can see right here, and then we are printing it in the screen, right? Okay, so I'm going to end this video here, and if you have any further questions, please feel free to ask using our Slack channel, right?